They say the wind doesn't simply blow through the hills, it remembers. It carries old songs, old voices, and fragments of lives long gone. And in the quiet village of one family seemed born from that sound itself. The Brennans. A home filled with music, where harmonies drifted through the hallways and children gathered around a piano while rain tapped softly against the windows. Long before the world knew their names, music was simply part of survival. And among those children stood two sisters who would one day become legends in completely different ways, and at the center of the family's musical world stood their older brother. Fascinated by harmony and deeply inspired by, he spent his childhood experimenting with layered vocals and arrangements. Years later, he remembered sitting at the piano teaching his younger sisters separate harmony parts, sending one into the kitchen and another into the hallway before bringing them together into one sound. Those memories sounded magical when he spoke about them decades later. Innocent. Like moments nobody realizes are precious until time has already carried everyone far away from them. The Brennan family's music grew from tradition. Their father owned the now legendary Leo's Tavern, where local songs, stories, and Irish melodies filled the nights. Long before critics called it Celtic music, the Brennans were simply singing the sounds they had grown up hearing all their lives. Old Gaelic songs collected from neighboring homes. Radio music drifting through the background. Tea on the table. Rain outside the windows. When emerged in the 1970s, audiences connected with that authenticity immediately. Their harmonies sound a painful cycle many artists understand but rarely confess aloud. The fear that healing yourself might somehow silence your creativity. And while one battle was unfolding publicly, another was growing quietly inside the family itself. Because somewhere in the middle of Clannad's rise, Enya began drifting away from the world around her. While Moya thrived in front of audiences, warm and connected to people, Enya seemed increasingly drawn toward privacy, solitude, and the controlled atmosphere of the recording studio. Then, in 1982, she left the band. No dramatic press conference. No public war. Just absence. Years later, Kieran revealed there had been tensions involving management, money, and Enya wanting greater recognition within the group. He also described his deteriorating relationship with the band's manager, the same man who would later guide Enya's solo career to worldwide success. To outsiders, her departure looked like a simple career move. But beneath the surface, something deeper had shifted inside the family dynamic itself. And perhaps that's what makes this story feel so haunting today. Not scandal. Not hatred. Silence. Because while Enya disappeared deeper into private life, her music somehow became even more emotionally exposed. Layer upon layer of her own voice stacked together until it no longer sounded like one person, but like memory echoing through empty space. Millions connected to those songs because they felt comforting, timeless, almost spiritual. But maybe hidden inside that beauty was loneliness too. Meanwhile, Moya remained the visible heart of the family's music. Open, grounded, present, carrying Irish tradition onto stages around the world while her younger sister slowly became one of music's greatest mysteries. If this story reminds you of someone in your own life, a brother, a sister, or a friend you slowly drifted away from, leave their name in the comments. Sometimes people don't separate through hatred. Sometimes life simply carries them in different directions until silence becomes normal. Years later came a moment that now feels almost cinematic in hindsight. At a Halloween gathering in Enya's castle, Kieran encountered Nikki Ryan again after years of tension. For a brief moment, conversation softened. Old memories resurfaced. Then Kieran suggested the way he truly loved to experience Ryan's famous studio would be by making music with Enya again. The answer came quickly. That's not ever going to happen. And just like that, the possibility disappeared again. Now, after the passing of, the story feels even heavier. Because death changes silence. It turns unfinished conversations into permanent echoes. Suddenly, the story is no longer simply about fame or music. It becomes about family, time, and the painful truth that people can love each other deeply while still living emotionally apart. Yet despite everything, the music survived. The harmony never truly disappeared. It simply stopped being heard in the same room. If you'd like more stories like this, told with care, atmosphere, and respect for the artists behind the music, you can subscribe. Only if it feels right. And somewhere tonight, as the winds move once again across the hills of Donegal, those harmonies are still echoing through the silence.